What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? NoZoupForYou here, and you're watching some gameplay submitted by Numpire. And he's playing in the Vermont right now, obviously. It's the only US ship in the game that's not a destroyer that has 3 smokestacks. Still think it's a very weird looking ship, a very thick ship. I don't know. I can't get used to the look. I just can't. But he had a good round, which is why he submitted it, and I've been looking for decent Vermont rounds, and that's why I'm highlighting it. I just really still am not a fan of this ship, so I know a lot of players can't make it work. The fact that he was able to and had a good round in it, that is one of the main reasons why I'm showing this to you. And you can see this poor Yoshino right now. He made poor mistakes, and if these guns can come online, which they're taking a long time to do, Mr. Numpire is probably going to try and rock this guy. But as you can see, it's taken a century, a literal century, for these guns to reload, as is the problem. And he's going to aim forward. He was going to aim to the rear, but Yoshino looks like he's slowing down to move forward. And the shells are away. Yoshino's lost most of his health in the time it's taken to get these guns online. Those are a lot of big shells headed his way. And with that, down goes Yoshino, and Numpire gets his first kill of the round, and the first blood. So the topic of today's video, though I am showing the Vermont, it's not about the Vermont primarily, it's about 2021, and what I would like to see out of wargaming and World of Warships, and what my New Year's resolutions are. And I guess we're going to talk about what I would like to know about yours as well. So that being said, it's been an interesting world for World of Warships. No, excuse me, it's been an interesting year for World of Warships. I wouldn't say it's been... Oh, that's a nice shot right there against a destroyer. I always love to see battleships shooting at destroyers, as he tactically beaches himself. It might take him as long as the Yoshino to get out of this. Actually, it probably will take him longer, because he's a very slow-moving ship. So we're just going to wait to see if he can get out of this mess. Yeah, it's been an interesting year for World of Warships. I wouldn't say that it was as bad as maybe the year that the CVs were released. That was very rough in the beginning. I think Wargaming, well, they're still recovering from that. They're still taking flack for carriers, and I think a lot of the problem with that is a lot of the older players still are not fans of it, the veteran players that were around since closed beta, though CVs are fairly popular with new players. And, you know, I'm at the point now where I don't even go into it with CVs. It's just not worth it, because they're here, they're not going to go away. If there's a glaring issue with them, and by glaring I mean something is just so wrong that it throws things off, I might bring it up. But at this point, Wargaming has made it obvious and very, very clear that CVs aren't going away. They're here to stay. They're here to stay the way they are. So really, we have to learn to live with it. And I know players are still going to complain, and that's fine. That's your prerogative. And, you know, I respect that, especially if you've been around since closed beta. I respect your opinions on that. But as far as I'm concerned, you know, I don't think it's a waste of time, but I just think that there are other things we should move on to. But that being said, 2021, or 2020, moving into 2021, represents a very good opportunity for World of Warships. And what I mean by that is it's a way to kind of regain their footing after everything that's happened this year. And by everything that's happened, primarily towards the end of the year, with the crates and just the controversy around that, for World of Warships, 2021 needs to be a year of restoring the community's faith in wargaming and World of Warships. And how they do that, I don't know. I know I've made videos in the past suggesting that they really need a good PR person to kind of be the face and the mouth of World of Warships. I know that they do have PR. Their devs are very good about interacting with the public, but you know, the devs are devs, and they have their own language, and their language is going to be a little different than something a little more nuanced as a PR specialist who deals with PR issues on a daily basis and knows how to handle the public and talk to the public. And I think this is one of the things that North America has been really, really good about, and the community managers in North America, which are in a sense the pseudo PR individuals for World of Warships. I feel that, you know, Hapa and Sale and Kevisoff, they've just been really, really good with handling the public and talking to the public and just keeping them up to date and assuaging their angers and issues. And that's one thing I've always thought North America does really, really good. That being said, that is one area that I would love to see World of Warships and Wargaming improve on in 2021. Just their PR and just, you know, mitigating the issues that do come up and being a little more responsive and being a little quicker so that we don't have these type of issues like the Puerto Rico dockyard and then the crates. Another thing I'd really love to see them focus on in 2021 are just, and I say it all the time, game modes. More and more game modes. And I don't want to make it sound like they're not focusing on that. I mean, we have a new format for ranked, which I think is a huge step in the right direction. And I'm very pleased they went this route, but, you know, time will tell if that's a success or not, and whether or not we need to see more improvements on it. But it's a start in the right direction. We've had some really fun game modes recently. I mean, 1 versus 1 ranked gameplay was a lot of fun. I think a lot of players enjoyed it. So just things like that. I think Wargaming and World of Warships can really capitalize on game modes and introduce new game modes. And really 3 core game modes still, that's it. With the occasional, well, you've got Epicenter, you've got Standard Battle, and then you've got Domination. I would really like to see more, but I've been saying this for 5 years. That's one thing I'd like to see in 2021, and I don't know. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I'd also like to see new maps. I'm always a fan of new maps. New maps keep things fresh. New maps keep things exciting. I know they take time to make, but, you know, that should be a focus. And we have received a couple this year, but I would really like to see more, and maybe the options to add certain maps to the playlist so you have a higher opportunity of getting on them. I mean, streaming, it took 2 months of streaming every Thursday. And granted, again, I don't stream quite as much as everyone else, that whole kid thing. Nice shot right there. It took me 2 whole months to land Two Brothers, which I love that map. And, you know, the fact that it took, you know, something like 100 rounds to wind up on it, 100 rounds of streaming, in my opinion, it's kind of ridiculous. So I think we need better map rotation, and there's no reason people should get Epicenter, Tears of the Desert 5 times in a row, which has happened to a lot of players. I mean, it's almost a meme within a meme at this point. It's kind of ridiculous. So improvements there, greatly needed, and, you know, I would like to see that, but, you know, who knows. So 2021, I would love to see Wargaming focus on new game modes, new maps, and just better PR. If they can do that, I think they can get their standing up a little more in the community after this past year, which I don't want to say this past year was a failure or anything. It wasn't. I mean, they released a lot of new ships. The game is still strong. The player base is still robust and large. But I do think messaging, as always, could be better. So 2021 represents a lot of opportunities for this game going into the second half of its decade of existence, if not longer. I'm sure the game will hit 10 years and go forward past that. So that's what I'd like to see. So let's talk about New Year's resolutions. My own right now. And, you know... I hear my babies upstairs screaming as I'm trying to do this video. Last night was really, really rough, by the way. I am suffering right now, and the reason why is my daughter. She's at this stage right now. You know, they're both 10 months old. Well, obviously, because they're twins. But she's at this stage where she will not go down to sleep or nap. Literally, you have to hold her. And I know a lot of people say, well, just leave them in the crib, and they cry until they cry asleep. And I hate doing that because I hate hearing her scream and cry. And we tried that yesterday, and after like half an hour, nothing. And she got so worked up that it took her additional time to go down and go to sleep. And it's just left us, I don't know, it's left me in a rough situation. And ooh, down goes that destroyer for kill number 3. It's rough on me because I'm the one that's kind of volunteered to take care of her in the middle of the night. And last night, she woke up at like 11:30, and it took me an hour to get her back down. I fed her, and she just, I put her in the bed. She'd sit right back up. I literally had to hold her until she passed out to the point that she could not move whatsoever. So it's been rough. But from what I've read, babies do this at around this point in their babyhood. They get to a point where they just become very dependent on their parents. They have separation anxiety, and I think that's what's happening. So hopefully we get through this for my own sake. I hear her upstairs crying, and you might even hear her in the background, and it's because she's so tired. She's not getting her full sleep, and neither am I. But that's beside the point. New Year's resolutions. For myself, this is kind of a interesting topic because at this point in World of Warships, I really don't feel there's anything else that I need to do. And I know a lot of players, and ooh, there's another nice shot. Good shot right there. Another Citadel and another sunken ship. He's got 4. Numpire's on a tear right here. There's nothing left in this game that I need to do. I don't need to prove myself anymore. At one point I was playing at the level that I feel I was very, very happy with. That 60% win rate for a solo player, higher with a div. But that was several years ago. And since then, my priorities have just shifted a lot. A lot more ship testing, a lot more play that I normally wouldn't do. So at this point in the game, 5 years on, I really don't have any resolutions for the new year. I would love to beat my high damage round. That would be awesome if I can do that. Maybe that's the one thing that I resolve to do. Maybe that's the one thing that if I do, I'll consider 2021 a success for my goals in World of Warships. But even if I don't, I just don't care at this point. It's not that I don't care about the game or my gameplay and how I do in the game. Any game I get into, I'm going to do my best, and I'm going to try to win and hit that top of the leaderboard, but it's just not the priority anymore. I think for me, the priority now, and it's probably changed for me since having twins and just, having so little time anymore, it's just having fun. And if I can keep that up in 2021, I think I'll be happy. And a lot of that fun comes with, comes from just communicating with you all, seeing you all out there and saying hey, and you all saying hey to me. I just really love that. And, saying something witty or snappy and chat and just having a good time. So really my goal for 2021 is to keep that up and just being that positive player out there, that positive community contributor that players know they can go to for just some good vibes, and just try to stay away from the negativity that surrounds everything, because I'm learning now, having babies and everything else, priorities need to be in a different place for me, and maybe a lot of you as well. So I don't play this game anymore to I guess I don't know how to put this. I always want to be the best when I play, but it's not the priority when I play. When I play now, it's to escape. It's to get away. It's because I've got a little bit of free time away from the babies, and I want to have fun, which is mainly why I do the streaming every Thursday night with my good Army buddies that used to be in my former unit. It's because I can have that fun. We just go out, we have a good time, we talk with you all, with the followers who are watching, and we have a blast. We do stupid stuff, but we also do really good sometimes, although I will say my play sucks when I stream. I pay too much attention to chat. I have too much fun talking to you all, and my play suffers. So Yeah, that's my 2021 goal, I think. It's just to keep up the fun, just keep having that fun, keep up with that positive attitude, and just, have a good time out there. So I want to know what your resolutions are for 2021 though. And there's that final ship needed for the Kraken, the all-elusive Kraken. Numpire has Kraken unleashed, almost 200,000 damage in the Vermont, which I'm very happy to see a good round in the Vermont, because I feel like I don't see those that often. And he had a great round, with the exception of one small thing he does right here, and I'm going to point it out only because I'm sure he noticed it. And this midway's right here, and it looks like a very juicy target, but it's slipping behind that island, and I know he's just wanting to get those shots in on it. But in front of him, he had a completely broadside Vermont, as you can see right there, and he probably could have wrecked it, and probably could have put the game over fairly quickly. And one of his teammates even pointed it out. But you know what? One small mistake there doesn't undo the great round he had. And I think we've all been there, where our eyes get bigger than our stomach, and we see that aircraft carrier and we're like, man, I want that, even though the shot's not worth taking. At this point, the round almost did wind up going to the other team, but it didn't. So we can overlook what Numpire did right there, because he did have a really good round. 197,000 damage, 5 ships sunk. He got that Kraken on Epicenter in a Vermont, which, oddly enough, the other team has a surviving Vermont right now as well, which, I'm still not a fan of the Vermont. You all might be. Maybe that's my 2021 resolution, to figure out the Vermont and get proficient and really good in it while I'm having fun. Maybe I'll start playing it more when I stream. I don't know. But I want to know your resolutions. Put them down in the comments of this video. Tell me what you like. Also, I'm going to put a link in here for Empire Jerky. I've teamed up with them. I'm affiliate now. Use the code, or the coupon code Zoup, for 5% off your jerky. They've got some great flavors. They are new on the scene. They are kind of a gaming jerky company, I guess. They go out to or they target gamers with their jerky. So I guess like G Fuel or something, you've got G Jerky. Well, not G Jerky, but Empire Jerky. So check them out. Great jerky. Try the carne asada. It's really, really good. Numpire wins this game. Phenomenal round. Congratulations. And best of luck to you all in 2021. I hope you hit those resolutions. And I will catch you all later. Zoup out.